When you were in your 20s, maybe even your 30s, did you ever think that you would have to make space for chronic pain in menopause? I don't think there is many of us that actually can imagine what we're going to have to go through when we hit middle age, or if you're past middle age, technically, like me, I'm 59. I'm going to share with you two things that I'm doing when the pain gets really hard to kind of get me through my day. If you have chronic pain, I feel you. I'm going to share the things that have helped me cope, I guess, with chronic pain, but also why it kind of brought me down. So if you saw my video about like my third midlife crisis, that's what I felt like I was going through because I couldn't move. So I hope by the end of this video, I can give you one perspective that really helped me get through this. I'm not out of the woods. I'm facing a knee replacement, and maybe it will help you just to have somewhere to talk about it. The internet over here says that chronic pain is long-standing pain that it persists beyond the usual recovery period or occurs along with a chronic health condition like arthritis. Well, that's what I'm suffering from, and it may be on, off, or continuous. It may affect people to the point that they can't work, eat properly, take care of themselves, or take part in physical activity and even enjoy life. And that is from the Cleveland Clinic. Well, let me know if you can identify with that statement. And if you can, my heart goes out to you because it's tough. I feel like I just have a tip of the iceberg of an experience with chronic pain. Why would a conversation like this matter to you? I thought about that before I went to make this video, and I wanted to talk about it because I think it's really common. I think many of us, especially women, sit in silence and suffer. And we are, if you're of a certain age, we're brought up to be like that. I think we also don't realize how socially isolating it is. I didn't until my knee problems got the better of me in the last half of 2024. Actually, it's more like the middle half of 2024. Depending on the healthcare system that you have access to, managing and getting help for your health conditions is really hard. It's also expensive to manage. Now, I really want to make a video about how I'm managing my osteoarthritis in my knee without going full on into like major restrictive dieting, etc. Although that has been suggested for me. That's a whole topic, isn't it? So I wanted to share this current journey with chronic pain. I do want to share the things that I have been doing for myself, but I think that has to be another video because just coming to terms with the fact that your body is changing. We talk a lot about that as far as weight gain, etc. But losing your mobility is a whole other thing. And that's what this channel is for. It's to make space for menopause. And to do that, we have to come to terms with perimenopause, going through the menopause transition and into the place that I'm at, which is postmenopause. And I like to help make space for myself and for you by having these conversations. Because it isn't just about nutrition, it's a whole mindset shift in getting older. If you want to have these conversations, I would love it if you subscribed, wherever the button is. So I come to chronic pain, honestly, I guess my mother had rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, and I had blamed her for getting in that situation, wrongly so, because of her health habits. And I shouldn't say wrongly so. She did smoke for many years and she drank a lot, and so regularly. And so those are huge risk factors for the loss of your bone mass. When I was in my 20s, I knew that my peak bone mass was going to be built by the time I was 25. So I was moving a lot. I thought I was eating healthy. I was obsessive about my weight, probably to the point where I didn't nourish myself enough, didn't eat enough protein. But as they say, hindsight is 2020. And I really didn't know that my mother's surgical menopause was a huge factor in her bone health when I was 20. I didn't take it upon myself to learn about hormones because I was young. I was good, but that wasn't enough. Genetics play a big role and hormones play a big role in our bone health as we age. I was already struggling with my knees, both of them, last June when I fell. So I fell directly on my left knee, and it has kicked off an inflammatory neuromuscular syndrome. It's been described that at times it was agony that I could barely sit on a toilet. And so the feelings that I realize people go through when they have chronic pain have been numerous. I did feel depressed. I was grieving because what if this was my end? What if I actually was going to end up like my mom in a wheelchair from all of these arthritic conditions long before she did? Like, what if this was it for me? I haven't done the things I want to do. I've been scared and I still feel isolated at times because my social life was all about moving. I love to walk with my friends. That's how we converse. That's how we talk. I love to hike. I can't do that very well anymore. And I love to cycle. I do that with friends as well. And so the thought of not having that, whew, sent me in a bit of a tailspin. So I felt really alone. And I actually got into a space where I was so mad at myself for sitting on my butt too much while working, while not taking care of myself when I was a dental hygienist, for not learning about hormones, for all the things. I was really self blaming that I ended up in this space of immobility. On the days that I feel really good, I celebrate my body. I celebrate the fact that I can do things. And I even mean I celebrate doing dishes and I'm celebrating cooking. It sounds so crazy. But over the holidays, when I was thinking I could not host Christmas dinner because I can barely stand up for more than 20 minutes, when I started to feel good because of a medication that I took, and that's not for everybody, but I started to feel good, it made me realize, man, I've got to be grateful for these small miracles. And I spent a lot of time bitching that I've been the one that has to clean the house or cook the meals. And even though I love cooking, sometimes it feels like it falls on my shoulders too much. And I just got bitchy. And so through the holidays, when I was doing those things, when I was making meals and feeling better, I realized that, one day I will be my mom and I will be in a nursing home potentially if I'm lucky to make it that long. I guess we could debate whether we're lucky enough to be in a nursing home. But these little things will one day not be available to me if I'm allowed to live long. We lose our abilities for daily life. And so I try to celebrate my daily life as best as I can when I feel good. So if I can go up and down the stairs and do the laundry, or if I can stand in the kitchen and cook a meal for my family, walk my dog, I'm really trying to not take that for granted because at my worst immobility and pain, I was terrified. And when things have slowly been coming back online for me, I'm really trying to just be grateful for that. I want to try to never take my body for granted again. But it's hard, right? We have a lot of things that come at us. We have work, we have pressure, we have the things we tell ourselves that we can't do. It's hard. So that's been a real big thing that's helped me cope with chronic pain, being really grateful for those moments when I feel fantastic. The other thing that has helped me cope with pain, this knee pain, and the fear of potentially not walking as well as I used to, because knee replacements are not a guarantee, it's been giving myself grace and giving myself space to grieve. And it's going to sound, um, and I don't mean to sound trite. I know what it's like to grieve a person. I've lost a partner to suicide. But I think in menopause, this is a time where we grieve what once was. Maybe not dwell in it, but I needed to really feel sad that maybe my mobility was changed for good and that there may not be an immediate answer for me and surgery may not be the answer. I needed to feel grief for the loss of the body that served me so well. That balance of grief and gratefulness kind of helped me change my mindset because on the one hand, I guess I was lamenting what might never be again and how goodness gracious, I was in a lot of pain. I really felt bad that I didn't acknowledge that as much for my mom. Like I could see her pain in the later years, but she hid a lot and I hide a lot from my daughter, my family. I don't know why. It's just that I feel like I don't want to be a whiner. That helps me push through. Acknowledging that I was losing something while at the same time being grateful for the moments that I felt fresh and alive and I could do things, that The pair helped me get through to where I am today. It really hit home to me that we have to be our own best friends through times like these. I know I didn't understand my mom's pain, and I think other friends as well who've been through similar and even worse situations. I could not understand a friend of mine who was stuck indoors, shut in really because of chronic pain. I don't think a lot of us can until it happens to us. I certainly hope it doesn't happen to you. But if it does, I think we need to be our own best friend. That's hard to do. And I feel like that grief and gratefulness help me reach some sort of emotional balance. You know, there's days it teeters on one end and days it teeters on the other because chronic pain can be on and off. I would love to know if you have found your emotional balance. If it hasn't been the grief or the gratefulness, what do you hold? What do you try and juggle to get yourself through the harder times? And I'm realizing as I make this video, like I'm a privileged person to be able to say that I can get a knee replacement in my healthcare system because those things aren't cheap. I'm going to make a video about the things that I am doing to support myself holistically. And I don't just mean like in a holistic nutrition way, I mean all of it, as far as managing pain, movement, getting through the day, my stress levels, etc., even how I've set up my workstation. I will make a video and share that with you if you are interested. So let me know in the comments below. And I think I'm going to end this video because I almost don't want to post it, but I just wanted to know if there was somebody else out there who might benefit from this conversation of what it's like to make space for chronic pain when you never thought you might have to in menopause and beyond. Thank you so much for being here and listening and watching and commenting, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.